Let's get it. All right, man. We back with another album review. We're getting into Future and Metro Boomin. We Still Don't Trust You. We always start out with some funny shit. What was some dumbass shit you heard from this album?
I don't even know. Maybe just the J. Cole feature, just randomly like that. That came out the blue. That I don't even know. Funny wise, I don't know with this album. What you think?
I didn't really have anything that was funny as far as a line or anything, but I am with Miles. The J. Cole feature did come kind of out of the blue, especially in the middle of all this civil war going on. So it just kind of showed a gray area, if anything else. But
I don't know. Did he say on that first Metro project talking about she was eating sushi out of my hand?
I think so.
Oh, okay, all right. So
Future said that.
Yeah,
yeah, that's definitely a Future.
Okay, yeah, but was that off the first project? That was off the first.
I think it was
okay, like off the Don't Trust You one or whatever. Yeah. Besides that, though, I mean, I think everything was like pretty straight. Though it was pretty solid. Like, but there was definitely some throwaways we can get into on this joint. Before we get started, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what some some other joints to check out, and definitely voice your opinions too. What y'all
smash
think
that like button.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into. We'll start talking about Future and Metro's history. Just starting out, like, I mean, they've been doing music together since like when? Yeah, LD know that shit.
Oh God. Probably 2013. I think Karate Chop was the first time I ever heard Metro Boomin, and of course the controversy behind Lil Wayne's verse on that. But Metro Boomin definitely stood out within like the trap wave. I guess he was carrying the torch that Lex Luger left behind after, I guess, 2012 or whatever. But I don't know.
Yeah, Lex is the go. Shout out to Lex. Shout out to Lex.
Yeah. I've never been a fan of Metro Boomin for real. He never really did anything special. I just think he just got locked in with all the top guys, and he could make the most generic beats for people. But I do think on these past two albums, I enjoyed Metro's beats the most. But before then, nah. But him and Future, I think they got a solid little tandem. And I wouldn't mind hearing more from them. But I don't know, man. It's all right.
Yeah, I think Lex was, I mean, not Lex, shit. Metro was plugged in. Like, what he start? His first joints was with OJ the Juice Man, I think so. I think this is his first production joints. So it was, then worked his way up, I think. Probably like Gucci, you know what I'm saying? You know, Gucci was working with anybody, any producer back then, and worked his way up. But I definitely think some of Future's best music is with Metro. Like, they just have a good, like a good chemistry together. And I mean, so, and to go into that, like, this is their first R&B album together, like pure R&B album. Because I think some of the other R&B projects he had, it was just like a mix of different producers and stuff on them, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But like for this one, this was like the first Metro and Future joint. So yeah, we'll get into it. 25 songs. Hella songs after we already got 15?
How many was on the first one? Was it 15?
Like 17, 18.
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, so already, but we can start from the first joint, the first song, We Still Don't Trust You. I thought that was cool. I liked it. It was like, at first I didn't like it when I first heard it, but it was different. I guess he on like some 1-2 little step, some little dance shit.
Mm-hmm.
But that was cool. What was y'all's, I guess, on the first part of it, from the 1 to what, 18 songs? No, to, I don't know, because it switched over into the other project. All right, so for the first one to 18, what were your favorite songs off the project, and what was the ones you didn't like?
For me, for the first disc, it was definitely Love Bad Bitches with them, Brownstone. I was about to say Blackstone. I think it's Brownstone.
Yeah,
but
Brownstone.
Yeah, I like the sample. First off, I like the way they incorporated it. It was very different. It was TikTok friendly to me. I thought it could go viral easily just off the sped up, effect. But I also liked All to Myself. With that being said, I thought the Isley sample definitely stood out. I wasn't a fan of it on the first listen, but as soon as The Weeknd came in, I was like, all right, never mind. Yeah, The Weeknd definitely stood out. I thought it was hilarious how he dissed Drake. But aside from those two, this Sunday was probably my least favorite one. I never want to hear Future talk about cupcaking like that ever again.
Yeah, for me, the whole 1 through 8 was cool. I was cool with all these songs. Drink and Dance and Out of My Hands. Those were probably my 2 favorite. Yeah. I mean, they were cool, but it ain't nothing stand out. I ain't really came back to this album since it's dropped. So, I mean, it was average. Future, Metro. It was cool to hear something different at the time, but after 1 through 8, I really fell asleep on it. I was tired of listening to Future. I couldn't listen to it no more. So honestly, I really ain't listened to it too much after that. So this album, I'll much rather listen to the first one. I'll go back to the first one before this one. So it was below average type album, I think.
My favorite joint is Jealous. That beat, that shit go crazy. Jealous. Yeah, Jealous went crazy. Drink and Dance was cool. Yeah, I like that joint. And then I'm trying to think, what's the other? It's another joint. Shit, those might be really the only 2. Honestly, those might be really the only 2 that I genuinely fuck with. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, for me, man, I think it was just too much of an overload of music. Yeah. We got way too much music. This should have been this would have done way better in the summertime. You could have dropped this July, July or something like that, or August, and it still would have fit into what they were putting together. But this was a dumbass move. This is a stupid ass move to drop all this music right now. I mean, they dropped almost 40 plus songs. I'm saying
the first one that could have been that.
It could have been. It was good on that for real.
It was good with that for a minute. That got a lot of hits on it.
And not for nothing, Like That is still the biggest record out of the 2 projects. Yeah, so they definitely should have waited.
So that sums up the first portion of the joint. The second half that they dropped. Did y'all? You know what I'm saying? What songs did y'all like on that joint?
For me, it was definitely Nobody Knows My Struggle. And then I want to say the final one, I might get the title wrong. I want to say it was King of the Streets, something.
Oh, Streets Made Me a King?
Yeah, Streets Made Me a King. That song was incredible. But Nobody Knows My Struggle kind of brought me back to my high school days when I first heard Metro. Future had even the old ad-libs back for some odd random reason. I'm pretty sure it was a throwaway. But no, Streets Made Me a King was just, straight up Future, how we know Future and love, just motivational.
Yeah, like I said before, I ain't really listened to it like that. I skimmed through it, but Nobody Knows My Struggle. Yeah, that was hot. I remember that one. The Streets Made Me King was hot. I didn't even listen to the A$AP Rocky one, so I didn't even know what people was talking about when they were talking about A$AP Rocky, diss Drake and stuff. I skimmed through it, and them verses sounded terrible. A$AP need to... Yeah, he need to figure something else out. Stick with fashion. Stick with Rihanna. Lil Baby, what was his verse sounding like?
His verse was actually pretty solid. I think people was tweeting on Twitter and stuff, or on X, and they was talking about, this was a solid. This actually was a solid Lil Baby verse. So yeah, niggas was surprised for real. Yeah, niggas was surprised. So
I mean,
it was solid.
And this was like a mixtape for old Future and Metro, I guess. Was it Throwaways?
Yeah, because that Crazy Clientele joint, that shit sounded old as fuck. You said, why is niggas talking about what do you say? One of these free bands. It was what do you say? Something Migo Gang, Black Amigo
Gang. That's old. old Future right
Because that
there.
nigga don't even say that
Astronaut.
shit no more.
Yeah,
That nigga
yeah.
don't even say that shit no more.
I miss that Future for real. Crazy Clientele was solid.
The Black Migo gang.
Yeah, so it was cool to hear some older stuff, but again, I won't ever come back to this album. I'm all on board with the first one. I go back to that one a good little bit, but this one, it's whatever. What you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the only joints. I mean, the Crazy Clientele was cool because it sounded like some old Future. I think he could have like maybe kept the same beat, maybe kept the ad libs or something in there, and then put like a newer verse so it sounded new and old, like in a sense of mixing it up. But nah, it was straight. I mean, yeah, this is another project for me. Like I'll listen to Jealous, Drink and Dance, and maybe like one more other song. But yeah, this is definitely a project I'm not going to go back and listen to, unfortunately. And I know like a lot of y'all fuck with The Weeknd and Future and Metro, but like that combo's getting played the fuck out for me, unfortunately. Like I've heard everything that I can get from Future, Metro, and The Weeknd. There's nothing else. I don't want to hear anything else anymore. Like y'all collab with a new singer or do somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like we've already heard it, but yeah, definitely. I won't revisit. I'll revisit the first one though.
Yeah.
And another thing, ASAP better not ever do that swing after another person swings thing again. That gave off. I'm getting my big brother to come pick a fight. Like, don't ever do that ever again. That was embarrassing.
That's facts. So overall rating of the album from 1 to 10. 1 to 10. What we giving it?
Compared to We Don't Trust You, I'm gonna give this one probably a 6. Out of the Future R&B projects, this was definitely the more dance floor friendly one, but it didn't do anything for me personally. It was just kind of there, just for like, sonic purposes. But no, how about y'all?
Yeah, I forgot what I gave the We Don't Trust You joint. I may have gave that a 6. This one's probably a 4. Yeah, 4 out of 10. I would have loved to heard this like later down the road. I think it would have been a better project because it was hard to top the original one. I keep going back to that because I really liked that project and enjoyed that one. But this one, maybe it'll grow on me at some point, but right now it's just not hitting like I want it to. So 4 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, this one's getting a 5 out of 10 for me. I never was the biggest like R&B Future fan. Like I like a mix of it all. But it's definitely it's not something I'm going back to. To me, it could have waited, and maybe if they would have waited, maybe the ratings and the feelings about it would have would be a little bit stronger. Because I've even seen people on Twitter talking about like this is just too much music to digest from them and stuff. Like it's way too much. Way too much.
Future, you can only digest so much.
Only so much. Yeah,
This ain't the mid 2000s no more. Y'all giving us the double discs on top of the first album. Like, good God.
And realistically, Future ain't really talking about nothing ever.
Yeah, it ain't. Like, I mean, Future Future just be making up shit sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, some of the shit, his words and stuff he be saying, but like, it sound good, so we just like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
I was watching like his recording process, and he says like the same line over and over, a bunch of different ways.
Okay.
And then like the engineer like fixes up the best one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he just be making up stuff on the fly. It's crazy to listen to. If y'all haven't seen Future record, look that up on YouTube. It's the craziest recording process I ever seen, but it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think overall, it's probably about a group collective, so probably about a 4.5 out of 10. Y'all let us know in the comments y'all thoughts, how y'all feel about it. Which project did you like? You know what I'm saying? Did you like the first one or did you like this one? You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like, you comment, subscribe, leave us some more info about some other stuff to react to. We out.
That like button.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. We out.